Okay, I'm looking at this sketch in detail. So let's say that we put the origin of our part here. Then that means we can create this face, so this face. So I'm looking at the side view here at an offset of 57 away from this plane. Okay. But here's the center of this part. So the question is, these views are aligned because look, this should be the center of this part. If you look at the pattern of holes, the center should be here. So this center is not aligned with the origin. The center of this part appears to be, look at this distance here and this distance here. These appear to be the same, and I would say that that means that this center is aligned with the bottom. So that means if this has a radius of 16, then the center, when we create this sketch, is going to be 16 below. So let me show you what I mean. So if we consider this to be the front, then we need to create an offset plane. Put it the other way. So that's at a distance of 57 because it's 57 away from our origin in that direction. Okay, so I'm going to create the sketch on this plane of that plate. So this plate. So what I was saying is that where is the center of this plate? Well, it's not on the origin. It's looks like it's radius 16, so 16 below the origin and of course centered. So this point is 16. So to complete the rest of this sketch, this is 294 and an overall width of 108. So that looks fine. And that's a thickness of 13. So that's going the wrong way. Okay, that looks right. That looks correct. All right, so now that we have this back plate made and arranged in the right position, we can work on this side sketch. So again, this is our origin. So notice these lines. I'm gonna draw just the inner plate. So I'm gonna pad it just this inner thickness, and I'll worry about the top part afterwards. So I'm just going for this inner sketch, basically these lines and then coming down. So I need this radius 26 curve, and here's the origin. So I'm sketching on this plane. So I'm going to need a radius 26 arc. Okay, but on the sketch, the lines actually come up like this. So there's tangent lines coming up. And then the line connects like over to the part here, a horizontal line. And then there's a line that goes in the other direction, and we know its end point, a horizontal line again. We know its end point as distance from that line, from the face of the part, is 95. Right. What we don't know, I want to make sure that these lines are coincident. We don't know the height of them. Okay, so let's draw a line going down, back to here. Just make sure it's vertical and constrained. Okay, so now I can work on this radius 38 curve from the center. So the radius should already be constrained at 38. It'll say 38 because of the distance where it starts. Okay, so now we need an arc with a center anywhere, tangent, radius 100. So let me make sure that these lines are tangent. Now there's another arc coming the other way, radius of 13. And I'm going to just, I'm not going to constrain its center anywhere. So 13. Make sure they're tangent. Okay, so we have to look carefully at this last part. So there's a radius 5 circle. It seems to touch at the bottom of this circle. At the bottom of this circle. So that distance would from the bottom would be 51 minus the radius. So 51 minus 5 is 46. So that's where this touches from the bottom. That distance is 46. So let's indicate that. 5 circle. Okay. And now I'm going to make, okay, so I'll make the point 36 above. I'm going to make a tangency constraint to this line. Make sure I'm getting the right line. This line, just make sure I'm getting that line. So my radius 13 arc has to come in and make contact here with this circle so that they're coincident. Okay, so now I can trim away the unused part of this. Okay, so we're still not fully constrained. So what we might say is we could make this part straight, right? So how could we do that? So if we draw a line that's tangent to both of these, make that a construction line, and just say that that's horizontal. So that makes a nice arc with the right lengths that fully constrains everything. So I think that's right. But as you can see, I don't know what this height is supposed to be. So let's pad this. Oh, I forgot the back line. So mirrored, and total thickness is 13, so 6.5. So now we can just complete the sketch that is this top part. So we need two sketches. We'll create it roughly and then we'll pocket to create these cutaways and the holes on top. So we'll create a sketch on this plane and this should be pretty straightforward. So 60. Just noticing here in that last sketch, I left out a line here. I'm just going to add that back in. Okay, so that looks fine now. So we just have to create our last sketch. This plane. So the last thing here will be these holes. Let's make a new sketch.